Okay. Dave, do we have, no one signed up for public comments? Going once, going twice, okay. All right, then the first order of business is the accountant's report.
All right. Everybody should this time have a copy of the supervisor's report. Let's there's a lot there. So there's the supervisor's report, bank statement, I'm sorry, bank reconciliation, the MBT bank statement, MBT savings, and the NICLAS. First, so we need to make a motion or request that the board makes a motion to accept the town supervisor's reconciliation for the month of January 2024.
I'll make a motion that we accept the supervisor's report for the town reconciliation.
I'll second it.
Combine both of them there. That's it.
Yeah, it's expedient.
There you go. And then the town supervisor's report's in there as well, which highlights the changes in the bank accounts month over month. And we need a motion to accept that for the month of January 2024.
I'll make a motion to accept the bank reconciliation.
All right, I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion, further discussion on either of those motions? So all in favor of those two motions?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Just a few things to review. January's NICLAS interest is $6,756. We brought in the full property tax amount, which was $4,238,980. So we have quite a bit that's getting paid out in the next month or so for SOTs, fire protection contracts, but quite a bit should be going into NICLAS in the next couple of weeks here once the dust settles. So interest income should start to go back up. And we're now in the process of preparing the annual financial report for New York State, which should be completed within the next week or so. Overall, last year was a pretty good year. Revenues were higher than expected, higher than budget. Expenditures were lower than expected, both for highway and general fund. I'll have more information on that next month once the report's complete. That's all I have for this month, unless there's any questions.
Yeah, with this new software, does it make it easier to do the annual report for the state?
Yep.
In the format that they're looking for it?
Yep. The state just completely revamped their filing system. Just taking a little getting used to. They had a pretty old archaic system, and now it's all modernized. It's a little bit different. But just started working on it today. Thank you, Mark. And plug it away. So get it done. Should be another week or so.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay. Motion to accept the accountant's report. Can you consider that?
You good with the
I think we're
motion?
good. Those are the only two. We have no budget modifications this month.
So we're good, we don't need to. All right. So it's all you,
Yeah,
the
it's
clerk's
me.
report.
Yes,
We've
I
been working-
sincerely apologize for the delay in getting you guys my meeting minutes. It has been crazy with taxes. I've been like inundated, but I did get them done today. So if you had the chance to review my January 9th organizational meeting minutes draft, my January 9th regular meeting minutes draft, I'm looking for a motion to accept both of those.
I'll make a motion to accept both the organizational meeting and the regular meeting minutes.
I'll second it.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Perfect. My second thing is my bank reconciliation report for both my town clerk and tax collector accounts. I'm looking for a motion for those.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we accept both reconciliations.
I'll second it.
Okay, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
All right, lastly, all the vouchers I prepared, if you had a chance to review and sign them, I'm looking for a motion for the payment of bills.
Okay,
I'll make a motion for the payment of bills.
I'll second it. I'm still signing them though.
It's okay.
Any further discussion on that?
Two here,
Just
there's two here
action.
that were questionable that Jim said we still have to sign.
Okay, can you at least give me the numbers so I can look into them?
Those are the
SOTs?
the checks that you ordered, and I had to transfer them. over to
Oh,
the-
well, I can tell you real quick if that's okay.
I explained it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but he said we still have to sign them.
You have to sign them, yeah, but we're
Well,
not
that
cutting
was-
checks because it was just a budget transfer.
Okay.
Perfect. That's it for me.
Okay. So we didn't need to carry that. We're good? All right. Well, number 6, I am extremely pleased to appoint Alma Hartnett. Beyond the duty as my assistant and really my boss, the clerk 1 position in the town clerk's office. Now, I know at the organizational meeting, we made the appointment of Debbie Rapp. Since that time, Debbie is dealing with her father, who's elderly, and so we determined in the last month that Alma's a better fit. And so so I guess we'd like to move that forward.
Do we need a motion on that or?
Yeah.
Any conversation? I think we do. That's all right.
From a technical standpoint, I know we talked about this. Nikki is the one that appoints under the town
Right.
law.
Right.
And so what I would suggest is that the motion be that to remove Deborah Rapp and Nikki appointing Alma, and that's what you're gonna vote on.
Great.
Okay?
So you-
So somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to remove Debbie Rapp as town clerk 1 and for Nikki to appoint Alma Hartnett as town clerk 1.
I'll second it.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Mark, I have a procedural question.
Yes,
Now that the public comment has moved to the beginning of the meeting, there was some public comment that came in online
okay.
after you guys moved on from public comment, so
Well, let's take a break and field it then. That'd be great. So everyone okay with that?
I'm okay with it.
okay.
New procedure for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Acclimated, so.
All right. It is in relation to this topic about the clerk 1 position from Deb Grenier, 2010 Cemetery Road. Is the clerk 1 position new? Is it full or part-time? Was the current list canvassed? Were town residents given notice of the position and able to apply? And I believe that the person hired was also hired for another town position at last month's meeting.
Mark, can I answer that?
Sure.
Okay, so to answer your question, I'm not looking really for a deputy. What happened is I can run my office on my own for the most part, but I do have some personal things. My daughter has 5 surgeries coming up. I'm by myself in my office, and the worst thing is hearing that residents are upset that the office is not open. So what we figured we would do, Alma is here every day, all day long. You get paid, what, $1 a year? If she was willing to accept it, it was more of not fulfilling the position. She's not going to become a notary. She's not going to become a passport agent. It's more of when I absolutely emergency cannot staff my office. If I cannot be there, I just want a warm body to, greet residents, to be like, she's not here. She'll be back tomorrow. We weren't canvassing for a full-blown deputy position. This is just what we had put in the original organizational meeting. It's $16 an hour, not to surpass $5,000 a year, but honestly, Alma will only be used legit as like an emergency only to not have the town clerk's office closed. I don't know if that makes a difference, but that's the Let's say the only reason I wasn't looking for anyone. I don't want the doors locked because my daughter has a doctor's appointment, for instance.
And she has the authority to do so
Yes.
without,
Yeah, she has the authority to do so. There's no requirement to canvass and Alma can retain both positions.
Thank you.
fantastic. Okay, any other comments from the?
That's all I have right now. Yep,
Thank you.
yep.
Okay. So I guess it's Bruce, BR, so.
The only thing I was gonna bring up was the ARPA money. There's a little confusion as to what we're gonna use for the floors and the windows. But I actually just found that it was a part of that grant,
Oh, okay,
Disney
All
grant,
right.
70, 100 for the windows are gonna come out of that. And the floors we can leave where it is.
We budgeted for the floors, right, but it wasn't ARPA.
It was not ARPA,
Okay.
so this was the
Yeah, there's-
DASNY grant.
there's a Sam that I'm about to.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you
Address
talk about
that's gonna address that.
And then the only other thing is our Mack truck has arrived. It's in BMAC in Watertown, waiting for a bay to go to Henderson to get all the plow equipment done. So that's a good thing.
That's
We're
great.
moving forward with that, so.
Oh, fantastic.
How long have you been waiting for that, BR?
Year and a half.
Oh, gosh.
About how long it takes us to get school buses.
The school buses, yep.
Well, either way, you've been doing a great job keeping the roads clear.
Thanks. But for me-
What a great job. Nonetheless, you've been doing a good job when it snows.
Can you do this again next winter?
Yeah, right. That's all I got, Bart.
All right. Thanks.
Yep.
Okay. Next, you may see some of the cellophane and anyway, my boss, serious about that, but my organizer, assistant, Alma, has made a point to left of here in the warehouse back there to clear things out. And apparently a number of years ago, there was a move to try to help the Historical Society to purchase and then sell these to me. And what was the price on these? They were priced at $588 and, no, actually, we're trying to sell them at $11 and maybe $12 each. Anyway, maybe 5 of them got sold, each at the most. So what we're going to do, we get approval tonight, is at the mall and at Heritage Hill, get these sold for $1 a piece. So anybody out there tonight, $1 each, so that we can at least provide some type of funding for the Pompey Historical Society and clear out the warehouse. So I guess actually like to see if anybody's in disagreement with that.
Does that need a motion? I don't think you need a
We
motion.
don't need a motion. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, but $1 a piece. Are you going hot?
I'm telling you, they're pretty schwanky. Nice, very nice. Who needs a Yeti when you have one of these?
The Stanleys.
Oh, yeah. No, they're China. They're China. But I think Stanleys are too. Probably sorry, Yetis.
And next order of business is we have a letter full, and it's all listed here of what's been deemed by our IT expert as all worthless. We went through our procurement procedure and the policy, and there's no worth to any other department here at town, but it's a list of all old computer equipment back there that's been deemed worthless. And so we are basically discarding that. So we can clear up and remove the fire hazard.
So just to clarify, because I know this has come up in the past. So what are we doing with this? So you had an outside firm come in, they looked at it, there's no value, the hard drives were removed, and they're not worth anything. So what do we do with it?
And so we are,
Can dispose it.
yeah, we're
Just chucking it.
we're,
Recycling it,
uh,
getting rid of it.
We have,
Pardon?
It's considered domesticus property and it's just disposed of. We put it on a list. If it's under $1,000, Dominicans would say.
in other words, the question is, how are we disposing
are
of
you
this?
asking where does it go or how?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what we're doing with it, just to make sure, because I know there's been a lot of questions in the past that have come up with metal and materials and hard drives and all kinds of stuff.
So when we do their Earth Day, we have the electronics
That's a good idea.
returnables. We can put it all in.
And
Yeah,
April's
there you
not too far along. You could
No,
just
it's
save
not.
it for Earth Day
Yeah.
event.
Yep.
Perfect.
That's a great idea.
Great
Yeah.
idea.
And to clarify, none of the computers are gonna leave with the hard drives in them, correct?
No,
That's
Dan's
correct.
already destroyed them.
Yeah,
Perfect.
in the board packet that Mark put together, it said I removed hard drives and checked age by Daniel Bender, CTO, Net Manager IT. So I'm confident that happens. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks.
Good idea.
We can fill up the 2 first boxes all by ourselves.
Yeah, probably.
There's a nice bunch. I got to see it for the first time.
It's a lot of fun that day.
Motion to dispose of that or?
We need a motion.
Under the,
Not if
we
it's under $1,000.
can, but I don't think there's any need to.
Okay.
It's de minimis.
Minutes.
De minimis.
De minimis.
That's the word of the day, I think.
But that's why you
Word of
say
the
that.
day.
And then the next thing is security system. We're gonna be updating to a fob instead of individual keys here. There's been numerous turnovers of staff over the years, same key system. This will be more secure, so when Nikki's here by herself or Aman's by herself, it's a much more modern system. It'll be part of the ARCA funding that we need to use this year. We've got 3 quotes, and I guess we're using going to select the same system that they're using in Lafayette that they've been happy with. So that's an update.
Does that mean replacing the doors of themselves? Does
We're
that
not
mean-
replacing the doors.
So they can do the system and keep the existing doors?
Exactly. The next thing is Main Street funding, similar program. How many years? I know it was done last year. Was it done prior? Does anybody know
The
that?
beautification grant?
Right.
At least 2 years, at
2
least,
years.
yeah.
Might have been 3 now.
I was gonna say
No,
maybe
we don't.
2021.
It's below the procurement policy level.
There's at least 1 year before I came.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have, I think 7 or 8 businesses that have applied. It's well over $500,000 that we hope to push across the finish line. The application deadline is this Friday, but should be a great program for a number of our businesses here. And hopefully over the course of the next year, you'll see the difference. It's all supposed to be to improve the facades, so the appearance related, so make the town more visually appealing, so. Anyway, the last item, and I have to fully credit my predecessor, but I'm trying to get the hang of things here, and what does this email mean? And I got this email last week. Basically, you've been awarded $250,000, which BR was well aware of. But anyway, so that should soon be approved and funded, and we have most of that's going to town highway. Let's see, for the separator installation, plow chassis purchase, exterior window, entrance door replacement. Anyway, so some improvements on the way that we're getting the funding for.
Nice with the funding.
Yes,
Pardon me?
she says it's nice to get the funding.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you guys applied for it last year and it was, you got the note, got approved this
you
year?
got the
Probably over a
notice.
year ago. This might be another year and a half, project as well, maybe two, well, that we've been working on it.
Thank you, BR, for filling this thing out and
Thank
Renee for putting it in for it.
Yep,
That's great.
well, that's all for me.
I also saw in one of those emails, there was a grant for fire departments. So I forwarded that information to Pompey Hill and Delphi Falls.
Okay,
So
can you copy me on that? And can you copy me on that?
I just assumed if I got it, you did. So I will look,
All right.
I will look and
Yeah.
I'll forward it to you.
And that's all. So I guess,
Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn at 6:55 on February.
Second.
I feel like we're missing something.
Because it's the shortest meeting in like my 5 years of being here in history.
Yeah.
It's good.
any further
We're not gonna
discussion?
pay bills yet, we have to stay.
You're a rock star.
Well, in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Oh,
Carried.
thanks.
Good job, Mark.
All right.